Good afternoon and welcome back to the Appalachian Weekly News. Thank you for joining us this Friday, April 21st.
Live from the Beasley Media Complex in Boone, I'm Hayden Autry.
And I'm Shannon Pendleton. On Wednesday, a carnival was held on Sanford Mall to celebrate the good weather and to relieve some stress before finals. Our reporter Ben Gozy gives us a look at Spring Fling.
Spring Fling. The event was hosted Wednesday by the Club Apps on Sanford Mall.
They wanted to host a day for students to get together, enjoy some good weather, and have some fun before finals. Hundreds of people came out to attend the event.
At one point, the check-in station was getting a student in every 6 seconds.
It is really much just to give kids on campus something to do before finals weeks happens, because it is a tough time for everybody, and just kind of hang out and chill out.
Spring Fling is a once-a-year event. Coming with different themes, this year's theme was carnival. When the event began, students first checked in by swiping their app card. They were then given a stamp to prove that they were checked in before they could run around free on Sanford Mall to be met with classic carnival games and treats. Hanging with their friends, catching some rays, and forgetting the stress, students played a variety of games, jumped in a bouncy castle, and waited for their very own caricature made by an on-hand artist. Students were also treated to free food, lining up classic carnival goods like snow cones, funnel cakes, and hot dogs. Food ran out in just over 30 minutes.
It's good. It's exciting to see all the people on campus just because I'm glad that we're working for something that people are actually enjoying.
There was also an area for people to share stories, make s'mores, and let people enjoy a laugh around a fire.
Apps is hosting another event this Friday called Barbie Dream House, located at Legends, starting at 7 p.m. For more information on the event, you can visit engage.appstate.edu. I'm Ben Gozy, Appalachian Weekly News.
Fall is quickly approaching and the High Country is gearing up for the popular music festival.
With headline performers like Adam Church, LSDJ, and Self-Help, the annual event is primed to have a tremendous impact on the music scene here in Boone. Our reporter, Jalen Sturdivant, goes live to tell us more.
I'm right here at High Country Fairground where the event known as Thaw Out is slated to take place tomorrow. As you can see, preparations for the event are being made throughout today. I had the opportunity to speak with one of the band members called Candler Rice from Adam Church, who will be performing here tomorrow. Let's take a look.
My name's Candler Rice, and I'm playing for the Adam Church Band, and we're playing in Thaw Out on Saturday. And really excited, can't wait. We've played a lot of shows. This is the first festival I've played with them. So I'm really excited to jam out, and it's gonna be a great crowd, rain or shine. So I think Thaw Out is great for the music scene in Boone. It gives a great opportunity for bands who are, doing this and traveling and stuff. And then there's also bands that may not have the exposure yet. So it's great for all different sorts of genres. And I think it's just a great time to come together and see how many talented musicians are in Boone. Because there's a lot of them here. It's turning into a great music town for sure.
Despite the forecast calling for early rain tomorrow, Thaw Out is still slated to take place tomorrow. To learn more about Thaw Out, be sure to check out their Instagram at thawOut.fest. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Jalen Sturdivant. Hayden, Shannon, back to you in studio.
Thanks, Jalen. Muslim students have been observing Ramadan, an Islamic holiday where they can only eat or drink after sunset and before sunrise. For the past few weeks, campus dining has catered to them by providing meals that can be picked up to eat after sunset.
For Ramadan specifically, campus dining was approached a couple of different times over the course of the last few months because it does impact the cycle of how our students eat. And so for our residential students who are here on campus, we are their source of nutrition on campus, and we wanted to make sure that we were able to meet their needs even when our dining hall was closed.
The final Ramadan meal can be picked up today for either breakfast or lunch.
With so many campus renovations happening this year, add another to the list. App State announced both Central and Trivet dining halls will be renovated before the start of next semester. Our reporter Judson Mabe has more on the story.
Located just behind me is Roast Dining Hall, one of the two primary dining facilities on campus here at App State. Just last summer, both Trivet and Roast Dining Hall underwent renovations to fit the university's new meal plan. In just a month from now, they'll be undergoing the same process once again.
This $3.8 million project aims to improve functionality, efficiency, and overall student experience in part of the all-you-can-eat dining format introduced at the beginning of the school year last year. Designs for the project will conclude at the end of the month, with renovations beginning in May. All upgrades are expected to be finished before the start of the fall semester. Campus Dining stated that with a growing university and a demand for more resources, Trivet Hall was simply too small. Renovations will include more seating for a larger capacity of students and guests. As for Race, or Central Dining Hall, the serving area didn't fit with how the university wanted to serve best. Renovations will shift to improve walkability and offer more options for students. I got the chance to speak with the executive director of Campus Dining to see what else we could expect with the changes.
So I think it's going to be a really fresh look, but we shouldn't actually lose anything. So there may be some things that are in new places or that you might find in a different corner of the dining hall, but generally speaking, this was meant to add options.
For those that will be on campus this summer, Campus Dining has announced that meals will still be available, as well as adjusted operating hours to fit the needs of those on campus. For more information on the project, you can visit www.appstate.edu. With Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Judson Mabe.
Today, from 5 to 8:30, the town of Boone will be hosting its April edition of Downtown Boone's First Fridays. This month is focusing on sustainability and community development efforts. The event will take place on King Street and have fun for the whole family. Many community groups will be there with educational booths, activity for kids and families, and free giveaways. Be sure to visit King Street tonight and join in on the fun.
It's no secret that Boone has grown tremendously over the past few years. The combination of tourists, students, and longtime Boone residents has been pushing the town to its limits.
That's right, Shannon. Even those adhering to the guidelines set by private lot owners have been punished, and things have gotten so bad that some are calling it predatory.
Noah Cornelius joins us live from one of the parking lots mentioned by many Boone residents who have expressed displeasure with its management. Noah?
Yes, that's right, Shannon. We're out here at the Wilcox Warehouse parking lot, less than 200 feet from our very own Beasley Media Complex. Now, people park in this parking lot to go to a variety of restaurants on Howard Street, among some of the best spots in Boone. However, there's been growing concerns recently of how this parking lot has been enforced, and things have gotten so bad that the town of Boone is looking into it. But since the town of Boone doesn't own this lot, many have been asking the same question: what can be done?
Death, taxes, and parking issues. 3 absolute truths that those familiar with Boone have come to accept. But in recent months, there have been growing concerns with how parking is being enforced at private lots. And among the lots we've heard complaints about is the Wilcox Warehouse parking lot on Howard Street. Joe Mager owns Wildwood Community Market, which is just adjacent to the lot. It is one of the many businesses affected by what has been called predatory parking enforcement by Town Councilman Dalton George.
I understand that the property owner has an obligation to their tenants to protect the parking that is reserved for their businesses, and I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that at all. It's really the nature of the enforcement that has been kind of frustrating.
These concerns are not falling on deaf ears. Boone Mayor Tim Futrell is aware of the situation and has even experienced it himself.
I have actually been affected by it myself many years ago. So there are a couple of businesses too that are affected by it, which that really is upsetting to me from a community perspective. And when one business is told by another that they're actively pursuing people who park in an adjacent parking lot that go to their business in order to boot them, that's just very bad business practice, if you ask me.
Wilcox Warehouse lot does have signage. According to the signage, spots are reserved for customers of the local, Cobo, Appalachian Nails & Co., and Everybody's Luncheon. But it also includes the names of businesses that have closed down, including Cafe Portofino, which closed down in December 2021. This has only added to the confusion. So residents like Mackenzie Danku and Rebecca Sykes are making sure the public is informed.
So we started, if we're on the porch, if we see someone like park their car and walk, we just ask if we're going to Cobo or the local. Because if you're not going to those two places, then he's going to boot you. And everyone's shocked. Everyone thinks that the other businesses are for this parking lot too. There's not enough signs.
2 organizations are responsible for the ownership and enforcement of the lot: the Winkler Organization and LMS Parking. While I was unable to reach the Winkler Organization despite contacting them multiple times, I spoke with Nicholas Geller, co-owner of LMS Parking. Geller had this to say: "It's not a signage problem.
People just aren't reading the signs. If they aren't reading the sign now, changing 3 words on the sign is not going to help the issue. Geller even placed the responsibility on the town of Boone, saying, "Why does the town of Boone boot cars as well? It's okay when the government does it, but how dare private property owners do the same? We propose that on the lot they are complaining about, we don't enforce there anymore. They take the contract and they pay someone to sit out there all day to tell people they can't park there." It seems the only thing people can do right now is remain vigilant and know the risk wherever they choose to park their cars. Now, to put this situation into perspective, the town of Boone has only booted 8 people this entire year. While AWN does not have the stats on this parking lot, we'll keep you updated as this story develops. Noah Cornelius, Appalachian Weekly News.
Thanks, Noah. Earlier this week, the Office of Sustainability hosted a free store roadshow in the International Hallway in Plymouth Student Union. They had a large variety of clothes from t-shirts to business professional. The goal of the free store is to help divert landfill waste and help the environment and the community. To donate your old clothes or find out more about the free store, visit Sustain Appalachian on Instagram.
A few weeks ago, App State held their 10th annual iBack App event. This event is a humanitarian celebration of Appalachian State University and the people who make Appalachian experience possible. Mountaineers from across the country joined together to donate money to areas and subjects they are passionate about while sharing their love for App State. Over 3,000 Mountaineers were brought together and they raised nearly $1.5 million to support the programs that the university provides.
With graduation around the corner, many people are still getting their graduation photos taken. Reporter Ben Gozi shows us what goes on in capturing those picture-perfect moments.
Cap and gowns are everywhere around App State. As for many Mountaineers, it's time for graduation, which more importantly means it's time for pictures. All around the high country, you'll see students splashing champagne and flashing their smiles as they pose for pictures in preparation for their final moments before they are officially a college graduate. Capturing these final moments is not easy, as photographers are oftentimes college students. Stacking their schedules, planning photo shoots, editing photos, along with their schoolwork, there is very little free time for graduation photographers, especially with students getting their last-second photos in.
It is hard as I am a senior, so trying to tackle all these shoots on top of my schedule is complicated, but it's worth it for me.
And while these photos capture key memories, they also cost a pretty penny. Most students spend hundreds of dollars and multiple hours trying to capture their key moment, traveling with their favorite photographer all across the high country before they leave for the final time.
I think it's just like being able to capture those moments for people and just seeing the look on their faces when they're able to get the pictures back, and I'm able to capture that.
Many photographers I talk to are already done booking out their photos or are closing their final books this week. Those same photographers are doing up to 9 photo shoots in the next 2 weeks, all while preparing to graduate themselves. So with graduation right around the corner, every click of the camera becomes one final memory at App State. So take a second to make a few more. I'm Ben Gosi, Appalachian Weekly News.
Yesterday, an organization on campus, the International Education and Development Group, hosted an event where students could learn about Japanese calligraphy. This workshop taught about shodo, which is an artistic way of writing the Japanese language. In the workshop, participants learned how to use basic calligraphy materials and write their favorite Japanese words.
Having the pleasure of owning one business is the dream of many. Having two means even more. One App State graduate has found his footing in Boone, owning 2 local businesses. Now we go to reporter Judson Mabe, who has more.
With music expected to be ringing throughout the high country this weekend at the Thaw Out Festival, it leaves some students wondering, how are they going to travel there? Look no further than the Boone Party Bus.
Meet Owen Stanley, a 2022 App State grad with a degree in recreation management and a focus in outdoor education. Another title for him is dual business owner, owning both the Boone Party Bus and Appalachian Tubing Company. Both businesses are completely student organized and both operate on 2 18-passenger buses, equipped with light effects and music. A perfect combination for having fun and getting to your destination safely. The Boone Party Bus is a safe ride transportation service available to students and anyone wishing to have a fun night out in town. With Thaw Out right around the corner, I got to ask the company how they're preparing for this week.
Well, we've been promoting on our social media. You can go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Boone Party Bus. Got in contact with the event organizers and asked them if we could be a part of it, giving people safe rides. So we'll be out there running both buses from 11 to 11 at least, probably later into the night as well.
Appalachian Tubing Company offers a private tubing experience as well. The company is expected to start back in June when they will have their first of 3 river cleanups for this year, helping the community one step at a time by collecting trash out of the new river. Appalachian Tubing Company also participated in 3 river cleanups last year. I got to talk to Owen about the experience of that.
First one was the biggest one. We had about 22 of my buddies out there. We got up about 600 pounds of trash. We're able to get that out of the South Fork of the New River, and I'm hoping that this year will be another great set of river cleanups.
With Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Judson May.
Boone is unveiling a new piece of art for all to see on Howard Street. A mural of the legendary musician Doc Watson has been planned and approved by the Boone Town Council and is set to be painted very soon. Renderings provided by the Boone Town Council show that the mural will be on the side of Old Depot, right across from Footsloggers on the corner of Depot and Howard.
Coming up, a whirlwind weekend of baseball and softball.
And our track and field team ran wild.
So Hayden, did you get a chance to see the track and field meet this past weekend?
I did. It was fantastic. Our reporter, Judson Mabe, has more.
Thanks, Hayden. The App State track and field team was running wild this past weekend, totaling 51 top 5 finishes at the Southside Power and Fitness Invitational in Hickory. The men's and women's team combined for 11 event wins, one of those being women's triple jump, where the Mountaineers took the top 4 spots in the event. That theme continued in men's 1,500 meters and pole vaulting, as the team secured the top 3 spots in both events. The Mountaineers will look to repeat that success this weekend in Atlanta at the Georgia Tech Invitational. Events are set to begin at 12:30 today and end tomorrow at 4:15. App State Baseball is set to kick off a 3-game weekend series today against Old Dominion University. The Mountaineers will look to snap a 3-game losing streak after losing a home outing this past Tuesday to UNC Asheville 7-6. The club is currently sitting at an even .500 win percentage in both conference and overall play this season. A sweep against the second-place Dukes this weekend would boost the Mountaineers into top 5 in the Sun Belt standings. You can come out and support the Black and Gold tonight at Beaver Field at 6 o'clock. If you're looking for even more fun this weekend, it's happening at Swasink Lloyd Family Stadium, as App State Softball hosts Georgia State Panthers for a 3-game stint. All 3 games will feature different themes, offering a unique experience for fans attending. Friday night is Athletes Supporting Athletes Night, followed by ASU Softball Alumni Day, including a bouncy house in attendance for the kids. Sunday's theme is Kids Day, where free snow cones will be offered at the ballpark. Earlier this week, pitcher Delaney Buckner recorded the 200th strikeout of her career against South Alabama last Sunday. Buckner and the Mountaineers will begin their quest for a Conference Series sweep tonight
at 5 o'clock. That concludes our weekly sports report. Hayden and Shannon, back to you.
Thanks, Judson. When most people think about the sports here on App State's campus, they think of football, basketball, or baseball.
But I got the opportunity to look at another sport that represents App State. Being one of the oldest club sports team on campus, the fencing team was created in 1899. This organization started off as a small group but has slowly evolved into something much bigger. Will Asby, the club representative, talks about why he likes the sport.
It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. It's obviously keeps you really active, and it's also, at the same time, you have to think about it a lot, so it sort of keeps your brain running at the same time as it works your body out. I think it's just on a sort of an objective level a really cool sport because it's like sword fighting, so it's kind of hard to not be interested in it.
Now that the club has gotten more recognition, they have started going to tournaments and hosting their own. On April 15th, they hosted their annual event, the Mountaineer Open, which included schools from both in and out of state. Natalie Castillo, a member of the team, talks about what her favorite part of being a part of this club sport.
I think my favorite part about fencing is actually going on tournaments. You get to fence people you haven't fenced before, and a lot of times they can be a lot better than you, so you can learn how people fence differently, because everyone has their own fencing style.
The fencing team is one of the cheapest club sports here on campus, and all the equipment is provided to those who participate. The vice president of the team, Christian Willis, talks about why he wants more people to join this club.
I highly encourage everybody to please come out to either watch or you're welcome to fence. Again, we welcome everybody to this club. And again, I'm promoting it just so, we can help with our numbers to help get more people involved because it's a really good sport. It's a really good way to meet people.
This week, I'm Shannon Pendleton.
And I'm Hayden Autry. For all of us here at the Appalachian Weekly News, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.